right here. This shows you that the woman is prideful, because it says Sirach 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. So this is Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, which the beginning of sin is pride, and through her we all died, right? Because Adam and Eve, which were so-called dark-skinned people, right? But there was Adamites, there was multiple people on the earth, right? But that woman, when she was listening to that serpent, which was actually a person, right, in a different doctrine, that's when the beginning of sin went, because they transgressed the commandments of the Most High, right? So it says Sirach 10 and 13. For pride is the beginning of sin. So bucking up against the Most High, right? And he that hath it shall pour out abomination, which is something that the Most High really hates. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly, right? Like the flood, right? And you can't disprove the flood, it's too deep. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. And that's what he's going to do when he destroys America, right? These Edomites, they're going down, but the Israelites are going up. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen, which are the non-Israelites, and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. And that's going to happen again. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and hath made their memorial to cease from the earth, which is Sodom and Gomorrah. Pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. They that feared the Lord are a sure seed, which are the Israelites, but it's going to be the elected, the nation of Israel, and the 1/3 that's really that really feared the Lord in this time. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are deceivable seed, right? Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord, right? And that's it. That's of a truth, right? Because it doesn't matter what we get on this side, because America is still going to be destroyed, right? Even if we're rich, we all got jobs. We ain't going to be out here if we don't got jobs, right? 23. It is not meet to despise the poor man that hath understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man, right? Like they do all the entertainment in them. Like, why is all the music in them all about committing sin, right? That's just how they established it in this wicked kingdom, right? It is not meet to despise the poor man that hath understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man. Great men and judges and potentates shall be honored, yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord. Unto the servant that is wise shall they that are free do service, and he that hath knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed, right? Because we've been reproved and rebuked, you know? We've been taught and we've been corrected, right? And that's just a way of life. Be not overwise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress. Better is he that laboreth and aboundeth in all things than he that boasteth himself in wanted bread. Right? My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof. Right? Who will justify him that sinneth against his own soul, or who will honor him that dishonoreth his own life? The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? Because what? We're going to be raised up. When we got that spiritual power and we're getting fed in the time of famine, then they're going to look up to us. But right now, they don't look up to us. They're just like, oh, he's just talking on the street, you know? But we are doing the work of the Most High. He that is honored in poverty, how much more riches? Because the true elect, the ones that know, that are doing this work sincerely and in truth, that's a great honor to the other ones that are that understand, right? And to the Most High and the angels, right? But right now we're in a low state, right? So when we get up, that's when all these other people, they can't gainsay against it. They're gonna look up to us. How much more in riches? And he that dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? And that's the balance, because Esau, the so-called Caucasians, they're honorable because they got the riches. But when they don't got riches, they don't got nothing. That's when they're slaves under the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's when they're gonna be looked down upon and be like, is this the man, as it says? Right? This is Sirach 15 and 20. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. Right? So that's kind of for everybody, right? There is the wicked of the earth that don't listen, but they're going to escape judgment. That's why they still have to take the judgment, even though they're the wicked of the Bible, of the earth, right? So who's the wicked according to the Bible? This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So he's in the power seat like Trump. So the Edomites, you can just clearly say it's the Edomites. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, right? The true judges of the earth, the Israelites. If not, where and who is he? Right? So who is the wicked if it's not the Edomites? I want to get this one, but get it real quick. This is Sirach 32 and 17. Oh, I start at actually let me go back. Yeah, Sirach 32 and 14. Whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. That's talking about the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? Because the God of the Bible is only for them at the end of the day. Because what? They're the Israelites, God's chosen people. They're getting the kingdom of heaven, while these other people, these other nations, these heathen nations are going into slavery. Right? This is Sirach 32 and 14. Whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat. Right? Because they're transgression at the same time. They that fear the Lord shall find judgment, and shall kindle justice as a light. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. And it's real weak when you hear an excuse from somebody. It's real weak. Right. I'm gonna skip down to I'll keep reading. A man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is daunted with fear. Even when of himself he hath done without counsel. Right? Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not. Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall, and stumble not among the stones. Be not confident in a plain way, and beware of thine own children. In every good work trust thy soul, for this is the keeping of the commandments. Right? And we have confidence in this truth. Right? 24. He that believeth in the Lord, which is chiefly of the Israelites, right? Taketh heed to the commandment, not eating pork, shrimp, ham, and lobster, and them, the abominable food, right? And he that trusteth in him shall fear never the worst, because those things aren't good for you anyways, if I'm going to mention that. It's going to not be a sodomite, right? There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. Right? And the hour of temptation is taking the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Right? So, as it says, Sirach 33 at 1, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. Right? A wise man hateth not the law, but he that is an hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle. Prepare what to say, and so thou shalt be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer. The heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle tree. All right. This is Sirach 33 and 8. By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, right? And that's what's happening right now. And he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them hath he made high days, and hallowed them, and some of them hath he made ordinary days. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. Right? But we're not the same people, right? Because there's the chosen people, and there's the heathens. Right? In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Right? So the Israelites are different than their brother, which is Edom, which is the Caucasians. We're diverse, and we're all diverse in our own tribes, right? The Arabs, the Ishmaelites, they're different than the Edomites, and they're different than every other tribe, like the Moabites, the Chinese. They're different than the Ammonites, which are the Japanese, right? It just all makes sense. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, which are the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? And some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself, the Israelites. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places, which are the other nations. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, the Most High, to render to them as liken him best. Right? So he made a vessel unto honor and a vessel unto dishonor. Right? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. That's why they want to come take over us, right? They want to they want to really wipe us out, right? But we know what's gonna happen to them. So 15. So look upon all the words of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another. All right. And